Today's not just another event. Today we have one of the UK's most controversial politicians joining us at the top of the gherkin. And I'm about to tell the entire room why entrepreneurs should be running government. The stakes are high and it's all about the future of British business. My name's Joseph Valente and this is episode 77 of Unfinished Business.
The winner of the Apprentice 2015, Joseph Valente.
It was almost confirmation that I wasn't crazy.
So like the law of attraction.
Yeah, the law of attraction, 100%.
One of the Forbes 30 under 30.
Within 2.5 years, I was doing £1 million a month.
He is a glowing example of the reason that I do this apprentice process.
I went from everything to nothing. Everything I was posting out was getting hammered. It was brutal. And then when the papers and everything started to come out, I was just like, oh my God. People fail and then they stop. That's true failure. If you keep going, that's success. A year later, I'd got the business to doing £200,000 a month in sales. 5.5 million in our first 2.5 years. So if you want to be successful in business, your ability to launch new products matters. And it's not just about launching new ones, it's about evolving ones that already work. Now we're about to take the 7-figure business academy and turn it into a 3-year program, extending it from a 1 year, which it currently is. This is going to do great things for the business. It's going to increase our lifetime value, meaning we're going to get a better return on our marketing spend. Also, it's going to be phenomenal for the customer because they're going to get to work with us for 3 years now. And many of them want to continue to grow year on year because they understand that personal development is a commitment for life, not just for 12 months if you want to achieve all of your goals and dreams. So we're working on the following areas within our courses. Number one, it's about building solid foundations. That's what the year's made up of. We cover planning, strategy, sales, marketing, finance, and recruitment. Then in year 2, we move into scaling, how to build teams, better systems and processes and more. And then finally, when they hit year 3, they will be focused on mastery and sustainability. They've now got the growth that they wanted and our businesses see 300% growth in year 1 alone, but they've got to stay there. And that means focusing on making sure they got the right team, they got the right culture, they got the right process, they got the right cash flow and so much more. So really excited about this move. It's going to seriously increase our company's revenue. It's going to seriously increase the lifetime value. It's going to seriously improve the customer journey and it's going to be phenomenal for retention. So my advice is always continue to grow, always keep moving forward, keep leveling up. And that's changing your circle, it's upgrading your business, it's changing your environment, moving to the next place, town, city, country. Stay fresh, keep on your toes. Too many entrepreneurs get shiny penny syndrome and they focus on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and they never see anything through. I've met a lot of those entrepreneurs. They jump from one thing to another, the next big idea. And then as soon as they put attention into something that's quite diverse compared to what they're currently doing in their core, then they lose the focus on the core, which isn't good for anybody. Try lock in, maintain your creation. Don't let it fall to the wayside. That's showing up late, putting in the hours, doing the paperwork, keeping the business, the systems going. But finally, what I want you to do is I don't want you to get stuck in maintain. I want you to focus on the final point of my algorithm. And that's continued growth. You must always continue to grow. Have that idea that when you're ready, you can execute on. But you want to do that when the first idea is consistent. It's got consistent sales, it's got consistent systems, and it's got consistent people. That could take you 1 to 10 years. Always continue to grow because that's motivation to keep moving forward. I see a lot of people, they start up, they're excited, they're hungry, they want all of these amazing things that comes with being a successful entrepreneur, but they get stuck in maintain. They just find themselves taking on too many tasks, becoming the main worker in the business effectively. They're not actually running the business is running them. And they lose that energy that once got them to the next level. And that's really what it's all about. It's about energy. It's about having that energy, enough energy to keep pushing you forward. The The brutal truth as to why entrepreneurs aren't scaling their businesses in the UK right now. Most business owners, they work reactively. They're not proactive in their approach. They're not doing the things that get growth. Marketing, sales, hiring, building systems. And in actual fact, they try to take on every single task within the business and they become the bottleneck. So if you want to grow your business, first and foremost, you've got to understand that if you started your business because you were a good technician, a hairdresser starts a hairdressing business, a plumber starts a plumbing business, an accountant starts an accounting practice. That's all well and good to get it off the ground, but if you want to evolve beyond you doing everything in your organization, you've actually got to learn about business, and that includes marketing, sales, operations, finance, recruitment, and so much more. So we're on the way to Millionaire Mastermind, and I've got to admit, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. So I made an investment in this product called a PEMF mat. It's like pulse electromagnetic something or other, right? And it was 1,500 quid. I heard Gary Brecker talk about it and many other successful people. And what it does is it's like a grounding mat. If you've heard of grounding, it grounds your body, it decharges the acidity, makes you alkaline. It's good for chronic pain, not that I've got that, stress, deep sleep, and you lay on it for about 30 minutes, and it's been a real game changer. I mean, I feel fantastic this morning, so maybe it's just discharged all that negative energy. The fact is, this mat's done me some good, and I am fired up. So I don't know whether it's a placebo right now after the first night where you lay on it and you think, you know what, this has done something. We'll see over the next few days, but definitely feel different, feel more alert. My body feels less tense. So good news so far. Hello Nigel, how are you? Good to see you.
All right.
You keeping well? Tired? Yeah, you've been working very hard.
Months
yeah.
and months. And it's been never ending.
I really appreciate you being here this morning. I know you've got a big conference tomorrow.
Yeah. I've got
a lot going down.
But I don't know, look, I actually had a constantine of time in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, no, really appreciate it.
We'll make the most of it.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. Wow, what a beautiful day it is today in London. I know Paul said it, but I'll say it again. Is everybody fired up? So today we are very excited to announce our first headline speaker of the day. This gentleman is a disruptor and he's making a real movement in the UK right now with the Reform Party, and he's here today to talk about business, politics and so much more. Let's give Mr. Nigel Farage a big cheer and a big round of applause. Woo! Let's go! Happening in Birmingham. So tell us a little bit about Reform. What is the movement all about? And it's picked up phenomenal momentum, incredible momentum, and I'm excited to see where it goes. When I sat here with you in October 2023, it was a few months before the general election, and you didn't have a lot of time. And you sat up here and said that you've got a plan with Reform, and you know that the Conservative Party aren't going to win. You're going to take their votes, really, and then Labour Party are going to get into power, and then you're going to build Reform, and then you're going to get the main job at some point. That for me was a man with a strategy. I saw the glint in your eye. I knew you had a plan. You weren't making this up as you were going along, and you meant exactly what you said. And it's been so impressive to see over the last 16 to 18 months what I saw that day actually pan out. I joined the Reform Party in January of this year, specifically because Andrew sent me a video and you were talking in Parliament about entrepreneurship and business and celebrating success, and I was like, that's a leader that I want to follow. That's a guy that I'm respecting and going to listen to, and it's been incredible. But you pulled off an amazing thing with Reform before that general election with only 4 weeks. How did you do it, and what lessons can the entrepreneurs take in this room when they've got a very short window to execute?
Good, simple message. That's what you've got to have. It's the same as selling a product. It's got to be a good, simple, understandable, believable message. I think that actually applies. That communication is everything in sales, isn't it? I spent my whole life in sales. I worked in the city, but I was always traveling around America, around Europe, trying to bring business in with the company. So you get through someone's door, you sit down in a boardroom. You've probably got about 3 minutes to have any chance of striking a deal. You've got about 3 minutes to put across why you're the person they should be doing business with. And you might stay half an hour because they're being polite, but unless you make an impact very quickly, So good, simple message. And my simple message that I came up with 4 weeks ago was family, community, country. They're the things that matter to me. They're the things that I love. They're the things that I care about. They're all being trashed. If you agree with me, come and vote for us. Dead simple.
Fantastic. And other than the Labour Party, what do you think is the biggest threat to UK entrepreneurship right now that nobody's talking about?
A couple of things. One is net zero. The obsession with net zero, the idea that we are going to save the planet on our own when China, or as my American friend says, China, are building 80 new coal-fired power stations every year. We now contribute less than 1% of global CO2 output, and yet we're destroying British industry. If any of you are thinking about manufacturing, forget it. Forget it. Waste of time. Waste of time. You know, both of our aluminium smelters are closed. Most of our chemical plants are closed. Nearly all of our steel industry is closed. We are literally deindustrializing as we have energy prices that are 5 times that in the USA. Can you believe that? 5 times the USA. Double what we are in France and Germany. So this act of harry-carry that we're committing through net zero, let alone what we're doing to ordinary families' bills, reducing their disposable income. So that's insane. The second thing, the second barrier is that we have a regulatory rule book that is out of control. And it isn't just the law, it's the way that it's applied. We've got all these quangos that run different elements. You know, if you're here in the city, it's the FCA, just as an example. And the quangos are out of control. They always take a perverse pleasure in making life, the men and women running small businesses, difficult. So we need a complete change of culture. If you're an economist, you'd call it supply side reform. In simple English, you know, set fire to a whole load of rules and regulations and start to encourage success. Because the problem is, the world is geared up towards big companies. I mean, big companies have their own legal departments. Big companies have their own in-house compliance. You're a small company, the regulator knocks on your door and asks you to do things that are frankly too expensive. So there are, I mean, look, that's not to say entrepreneurs can't succeed, they can.
We've got to have a strategy. It's really important to have a big vision, beginning with the end in mind, knowing where it is that you are trying to get to. And once you've got that goal, that's the strategy that we've got to work on next. Exactly how it is that we are going to execute on the plan. Millionaire Mastermind for me has been a very inspiring journey. Remember, I did Millionaire Mastermind as a passion project. This was never designed to be a business. What I wanted to do was to connect with very, very successful people. And there's no better way than to build a business around it, hire out the gherkin, and invite them to come and speak. So I'm a big believer in connections. Yeah, your network is your net worth. And just so you know, I take it seriously. Yeah, I didn't just ask them to come and meet me for a coffee, which I could have done. I didn't just ask them to come on a podcast, which I could have done. What I decided to do was make such an impression on the people that I wanted to meet, okay, that I hired out the best building in London. So, you know, when I say to you guys about staying the course with Millionaire Mastermind, when we asked you the first time around to join the program, I'm only ever going to ask you to do something that I am doing at scale. It's strategic, yeah? It's about network, it's about connections. Millionaire Mastermind is fun, would you all agree? It's a lovely venue to come to. It's beautiful, it's a stunning location. But you've got to come away from each session with an action. Yeah, an action that you're going to take away, that you're going to implement into your daily routine, into your business, into your mindset, into your thinking, because that's where the real value is. And all it can take to create something great is that spark, and you can hear from one speaker or make one new friend that can change your future forever. Very, very excited about the future of Millionaire Mastermind. So me and Joe have known each other for a decade now.
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah.
No, 10 years. 10 years, yeah.
And we spent a lot of time together personally, and we've done some great stuff in business. But what do you think about Millionaire Mastermind, Joe? Why do you like it?
Yeah, I think the greatest thing is, well, one of the things that's been great is you've said what you're going to do, which is sometimes it's been out there, and you know, I'm not saying I had a doubt, but it's like, wow, you know, if you're going to, are you going to get this person in? How are you going to get this done? How are you going to get at the top of the gherkin? How are you going to, and it happened, you know, so. That's been one thing that's great. But I've always said with things like this, if I can bring away one little nugget from each one, use it, put it onto my business, and it's helped me make so many decisions going forward. But even back to the days pre-Millionaire Mastermind, it's those little nuggets that I remember you saying, all the little sayings that you've done, you just add them in there, and all the little things. Do you remember the stuff that we used to go to, the talks in the middle of nowhere and stuff like that, and when you were doing like a half-hour speech or an hour speech somewhere, it's always those little nuggets you get from you and then other people as well. To bring it all here, then keep leveling up the people that we bring it, it's like only going to go one way. Great.
What do you think I should do next year with the venue? I'm thinking about moving it to a hotel instead of here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, because you're getting people travelling from all over, if you can have a hotel complex where it's hotel, you can stay over, food, entertainment, parking. The only thing is, some of them are a bit boring. Yeah. So you've got to try and find a hotel that's a bit higher up, a bit iconic, a bit different. You've got two different types.
You could be over there and it's a 30-minute journey here, do you know what I'm saying? It's like us getting from Peterborough to here is what, if you stay over there, you've still got to get here. It's not like it's easy. No. It was another 25 minutes to here. To get from King's Cross to here is half the time it takes to get from Peterborough to London. I know. Which is crazy, right?
Yeah, it is
But
crazy.
it is iconic in here. It's fucking phenomenal. But I want to do the Burj. I'm gonna do the Burj. Mark my words. Yeah.
I'm there.
Burj Khalifa Mastermind Dubai. Phenomenal interview, a great talk, and loads of value given. The Gherkin's an inspirational location, and it really fires me up and everybody that attends. And I think you've got to think big when you're going to put on events like this. You know, I was never in the events business until a few years back, and we're probably one of the biggest event businesses in the UK in reality. And you know, we love doing stuff like this. It's great. And I just want to know how I'm going to top it. How do I top the Gherkin? If you look over there, you got Tower 42. If you look there, you got the cheese grater. The Shard is somewhere over there, I think. You got the walkie-talkie. You got Canary Wharf behind us. So unless we can rent out the top of HSBC, that would be pretty good over there. Yeah, that's one of my favourite buildings because it was on the Apprentice. But that's where I did the Apprentice interviews on the final 5 in there. Okay, great. So I just want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for the support over the last 12 months. I really hope you've enjoyed the experience. A beautiful evening here in London. We're heading over to the Alchemist now, so we're going to be there for a few hours to network with the team. So it'd be great to see as many of you there as possible. And I hope you've all had a phenomenal day.
All this wouldn't have been possible without Joseph. It also wouldn't have been possible without his dream to create this environment, create this networking opportunity that loads of you have benefited from. Would you agree? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I want you all stand up and give a massive round of applause to Joseph Valente.
Thank you. Cheers, Paul. Thanks, man. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.